What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, aka Dangerous Dev Nasty, aka Choke Your Mama, aka Choke Your Pop Out. And we back with another one. Before we get into our discussions today, of course, to the left of me.
Y'all already know it's your girl Walesca D, the fashionisha.
Yeah. I was about to say. Hold on, that's your new. That's what you're gonna name your daughter?
Yeah. You know what? Her name might be Fashionisha. And we're gonna call her.
That's like the hood version. That's like the hood version of fashionista.
That's
you
hood.
know, Fashionisha, but y'all already know it's the girl Walesca D. In the building.
Hold on, how much is this scarf that you got on your head?
It don't cost that much, but you know, I already got the vibes going today.
Ooh,
it's just a lot. I'm just feeling good today.
You can't handle corns in those.
Matter of fact, when it come time for the end, if we land on twerk break, I gotta show y'all because Walesca is in the building. Walesca is in the building.
She look real cute.
And y'all can't see it right now.
And she 10 toes down, and you can see those because her shoes are see-through.
Not 10 toes down, but anyway, y'all already know it's your girl Walesca D, and to the left of me.
Two P's, man. Pressure. You know what I'm saying? The Pyrex King. You know what I mean? I did a few porno scenes. They call me Paramount Porter because the way I sex in them joints. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I'm telling you, I'm about to do
You're embracing it now.
Absolutely. I'm living my truth.
Oh.
I'm about to go get some new headshots done. Shout out to my baby out in LA, Stephanie.
What kind of headshot?
I'm about to get some new head.
No. All pauses aside. This is shout out to my photographer, Stephanie Gerard in Los Angeles. She's one of the best, top of the line in the game. I'm gonna go see Stephanie again. Shout out to Stephanie Gerard in LA. I'm gonna go out there and get these headshots.
She the one that had you looking like NYPD Blue Porter.
With that suit. Remember with the white button up under there.
But to be honest, I went out there and I did a police shot, like a businessman shot. I did a normal shot and an inmate shot.
I was gonna say that's ironic.
Can you show what your inmate look like?
No, but I think.
Go ahead, show them really quick. Stop. Just go ahead. Let me see.
All right, but listen. Now,
hold on, real quick. Show him your cop joint.
Show him the cop one.
My cop joint was like.
It looked like the same.
No, it ain't really the same. It's like I'm gonna get him.
Okay, and then let's see the businessman.
Oh, the businessman was.
You gotta take the hat off.
Yeah, the businessman didn't have no hat. It was more like a.
They all the same.
No, but he's thinking about money.
I'm thinking about
I
business.
see the eye.
He's thinking about positive money.
And then I had a normal cool one that was just like my hand,
with the smirk.
like my handsome joint, my sexy joint. It was like the light skin shit.
This is your
Monica, you already
porn
know.
star Porta.
Eyes squinted, lips bit, but I'm
And the
telling you,
eyebrows.
listen, Stephanie, for these new headshots, and actors can relate to this. I've actually taken headshots for certain roles that I haven't landed yet. And it's crazy because I land a lot of sex scenes like Dev says, right? So it's weird. So I don't know if I should maybe do like a sexier shot. Like a whole body headshot for like sex scenes.
You need to show the six pack.
It have to be like full body.
They ain't ready for OGs.
Hold on. Yo, she put your whole look together. She said satin shorts and shit.
Yeah, he needs some like good, like
You
a
trying to
5-inch
get
brief.
freaky.
He needs some briefs.
He needs to show a little of that
Quad,
man thigh.
yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
quad.
I'm thinking about satin on my balls, and that's like freaky from the door.
No, that's silky from the rib. That's luxury.
Yeah,
that's
like-
luxury.
I would throw a sheet over you. That's what I would do.
And do what? Hold on.
Take the picture.
What's going on here?
Just throw a sheet.
You hear the
Monica
freaky,
hating on you.
you hear the freaky stuff, and of course that comes from our nasty girls to the left of me.
Oh, it's your girl Sin City. You know I always keep it short because the money stay long.
Damn. Okay.
The money stay long. Go ahead,
Like
Sam.
She getting good with these
Looking like a
announcements.
half a tennis ball. I see you up there.
That's because my better half over there.
I split the tennis ball in half.
And hold on, whoa. And the other tennis ball, the mixed mud with the big bug.
So guys, your favorite mulatto Monica.
I need you to be more enthused, you know?
Yeah.
What's up? It's your favorite girl mulatto. Favorite
That's how
mulatto
they do.
Monica.
That's how they do when they blow up. That's how they do when they've been on the show. They
she getting
blew up.
raw.
They got their own fan base.
She getting too Hollywood.
Yeah. Monica does get recognized heavily out here in these streets, man.
Come on, we need
Oh,
that.
I was at a festival the other week. Oh my gosh. Someone was like, what they say? They said mixed mutt. And I'm just like, no. And I was with my sister. She was like, what did he just call you? Because she doesn't watch the show. She's younger. I'm like, I don't know what he just said to me. So then he came up because he's like, I acted like I didn't hear him, but he came up and then he took a picture.
Yo, one thing I
cute.
didn't mention too was crazy on the episode where we was talking about me going to the Dominican Republic. I got recognized out there too.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
No, it's so crazy. I went to Atlantic City for my friend's birthday, and we were, on the boardwalk, and they had like this whole festival in the parking lot. And, we're, mingling in the parking lot, and some guy comes up to me, and he was like, you the girl that was talking about breakfast, and he called me out.
Oh my God!
But he gave me a free T-shirt. So
listen,
we
should have gave you free breakfast.
We get recognized a lot. I feel like now it's becoming more common.
It is.
Like
Yeah.
I went to a 30th party, and the guy, like, you know what? Shout out to all the men that watch the show. If y'all see me outside, just say something. Like it
don't get the
becomes
looks.
weird. It gets weird. And granted, this was a more intimate party, so I felt like he felt a little bit more confident enough to chat. But like, don't just say what's up. It's okay.
This is actually a perfect episode and a perfect discussion because you will see us outside soon.
No, yeah, you will.
So you will know what to do, right,
Yeah.
bro?
September 18th.
September 18th, the live show. Devin
popping
Wade Show.
bottles.
They popping bottles and they popping
Yeah.
butts.
I was going to say popping cheeks.
They popping cheeks.
They're popping. Boop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they popping cheeks. Wally gonna be popping cheeks. Y'all see it in person.
Yeah.
No, because Wally do dance and twerk at
She
real
do.
events.
And
No, I do.
Shout out to the whole Hush Money team.
Shout out to them.
That collabed with us to help us put this together. You know what I mean? From my understanding, y'all probably gonna see some billboards, some big billboards with some big signs about the 18th. So listen, Wally telling y'all what it is. And I always tell y'all, Dev always tell you, we done been out together and ran into people.
Yes, pull up.
Like,
Just pull up on us.
it's
Listen, remember,
love.
Dubai nightclub is Club Dubai. People call it both, but it's a
right.
day party.
Yes.
It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. day party, 4 to 8. Make sure you there, Camden, New Jersey. We gonna see y'all in the building, man. And we'll have little things running across the bottom of the screen and everything
right.
for everybody, man. But also, I realized something about myself. A lot of people in their relationship, they talk about being ride or die, people being riders and all of that. People, taking charges for each other and stuff like that. And I realized that I'm not a ride or die nigga. My girl wanted me to take a charge for her recently, and I wasn't with it.
You ain't shit.
It was a fart charge.
Yeah.
It was a fart charge.
What?
My girl was feeling gassy. She felt like she had to let something loose, and she was like, "Babe,"
Threw her under the bus.
She said, "If I fart, can you take it?
What?
Can you take the blame? Can you take the blame?" I said, "Nah,
You ain't shit.
You ain't
Nah,
shit, Dad.
nah.
That
So-
ain't.
if
Hold
these people smell it, I'm pointing at you, babe. I'm
So
pointing."
hold on.
I wasn't gonna take the fart charge.
This is actually the first time I've ever heard of a case where like she tried to frame you for the fart.
She ain't try to frame me. She just did what they do in the streets. Like, yo, if we get pulled over,
It
you
wasn't-
mind
It's your
taking
fart.
this? Yeah,
No,
can you like, would you mind taking this fart charge for me because it's going to embarrass
But see,
me?
you know what
You a
women-
man, you know what I mean?
You know what women don't realize?
What?
That
What don't we
I
realize?
probably would have tried to take it, but y'all smell gonna give y'all away. They
Why?
know
Because we smell different?
yeah, women farts is like
Nah.
Women-
Nah, what happened was her farts over the last week. For some reason, they was on some grown man shit. So she
It's probably
figured.
the food
So
that
she
she
really
ate.
didn't want to. She didn't want me. I mean, she didn't want to look crazy in public. So she was sitting there like, take this charge, and we was just in a situation where if you was gonna let this, and I was like, nah. She had to just hold that.
The
joke.
moment we got in private, we would have been beefing.
And listen, and I wasn't saying that y'all stink. I was actually trying to give y'all a compliment that women farts normally like. From my experience,
They're a
they
little
be like,
mild.
they be like,
Little
yeah, they be
mild,
like
yeah.
quiet,
Yeah.
like y'all got something in your ass.
You ever
let me-
heard silent but deadly?
I ain't gonna. Yeah, that's true. But I ain't gonna front. I was at Chick-fil-A earlier. Stopped in the joint. They be outside taking your order and shit like that. So
Yeah.
my girl, she in the driver's seat. I handed her joint. She giving the order, whatever. Boom. And I'm thinking, I rolled the window down. You know what I mean? I hit a little little lean this way.
didn't deserve that.
No. Listen, I'm gonna lean this way because I'm this way. They that way.
This
They on the
way.
other side. So I'm leaned this way. I think it's gonna be a.
Out the window.
No, I
gonna blow.
thought it was gonna be a. Right. And For some reason,
Your asshole was just more
that shit
open.
was just like.
I
I was like, oh no, this
You know
is
what's
crazy.
you know what's the worst about that though? Like, I don't know if I can ever get comfortable farting. I don't think I can ever get to the space where I feel comfortable farting.
like in front of a dude.
Like in front of my significant other.
Yo, it
Now
took
let me-
me. It took me and my girl 5 years. 5 years. I never heard her fart. 5 years.
Like I
COVID-19 being locked
You
in
think-
with each other made it happen.
You think it got to do with like you being pretty? Like if you was uglier, would you just fart?
no, I just think I don't know.
It's like, what do you
because
do
I know-
afterwards?
Cause my thing,
Like, what do you
right,
do?
right.
I
But
don't
then
know.
also
White
too,
step.
like I'm
White, please.
I'm not a gassy. I'm not a farter, so I don't fart that much. I'm a burper. I burp all the time. I'm like, damn, yo, I stay
I do the same
burping.
thing.
Yeah, I'm a burper. But when I do fart, like
You drink
it's not
40s? You don't drink 40s?
I drink a lot of sparkling water, so that's why I'm always burping. But anyway,
Sparkling waters is the bougie people 40s.
My bad.
but listen, but when I fart, I feel like sometimes it be a little funky.
But
So,
can
like,
you
I'm
lean
just
that
like,
way while you talking about this? Can you like?
Nah, cause I might.
And I'm gonna hit it with the wind, like,
Right.
Listen, older men in the chat, let us know if you want to smell Wally farts, if you want to smell the mix mud with the big butts farts, if you want to smell.
Listen, if you want to live with me for the rest of my life and marry me and don't mind me farting,
Don't say all that.
Hey yo,
No,
Comment in
jump
the chat.
in. What?
I
I'm about
wanna-
to get a billion proposals.
now we probably got a lineup of shit though.
Why do people like turn to the side though when they fart? Like,
because you ever
because
feel the bubble under
want
your
it,
ass
you don't
when
want
you
it to
sitting down?
marinate. You don't want it to marinate. It'll be louder,
No,
so
is
it's
Hold on,
better.
is it in
No.
your mind you feel like
It
it's
is
going
in your
back,
mind.
shoot
Yes,
back?
yes, yes.
Did you ever fart in your car and when you on the leather seat you feel it like
Bubble
bubble
up.
up, and it's like bloop right out of your leg?
I don't even want to admit to it, but I know what you're talking about.
Listen, we
thank
so
you.
listen, we immature as
What you
shit.
talking about?
Oh, listen, we gonna talk about something, man. It was something that Nick Porter, you had sent it over. We was talking about Build-Aboos.
Mm-hmm.
Build-Aboos.
Yeah.
And really,
I remember this one.
And what we talking about is naturally in a relationship you get with somebody,
Yeah.
people have kind of put sometimes their like hopes, dreams, sometimes their aspirations, the things that Monica
my God.
hold on.
As soon as I heard that, I knew
Hold
someone
on, not just, hold on, but not just that. I'm just talking about their ideas for who they want this person to become or whatever like that. And I wanted to ask everybody here and get their take on when you're with somebody, and of course the people in the chat, do you let your partner evolve in their own way at their own time and things like that? Or do you attempt to mold them along the way?
I
Right.
guess it depends on the person, but I've
Or-
molded.
How you
Or no, because I just wanted to say like, or do you prefer like them to come already like with what you look for, with what you
Built.
prefer?
Oh, okay.
I feel like
what I'm saying?
I always tell women this all the time. Like when you're finding your partner, like you're not gonna find the perfect person. So you gotta pick and choose your flaws, right? Like, he's what you're looking for, and he might be missing certain things, but those are like things you can kind of like work with down the line. You gotta find out what your non-negotiables are, what you're gonna take, what you're not gonna take, right? But I feel for myself, if it's something like I can work on, like say if this guy, he's handsome, he has a great job, he has no children, he's very family oriented or whatever.
Yo, she
you got
just gave
kids.
y'all the recipe, by the way.
You got kids, Richie. Stop making all them faces. Like
at
you're
the
a
camera like
candidate or
this.
something. Like you're a candidate. But anyway, but if you have all those, credentials, right? But the only thing is like he ain't got style. I can work with that. I can.
you could?
Yeah, 'cause she can
Mrs.
style him up.
Fashionista?
I'm
She
gonna
could
dress
dress him.
him. I'm
She
gonna
been-
dress
she
him.
been
But what
trying
if he's
to
the
turn me
type
to
that
a-
doesn't want to be
They going
dressed?
shopping.
Yo, she been
It's
trying
not-
to turn me
If
to
you
a
laying out
mannequin for
clothes for
years.
him,
No, it's not about laying out clothes.
It
This
is.
is how you do it.
No, 'cause
Because
Andrew's like that.
I'm gonna tell you, my
like
ex that
slice,
had-
there's no dressing that.
Yo,
No,
shout out to
but the
Slice
thing
Maximus.
is, that he hasn't found the woman that has that eye for that. Like for me, I can do this with my eyes closed.
Yo, shout
Like,
out
I
to Slice's
literally-
girl. Shout out to
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Slice's
shout
girl.
out to not that you can't. Sorry, not that you can't do that, but there's certain people that's what they into, and I'm one of those people. But my ex-daddy, as he passed away, God rest his soul, I remember like meeting him and how he used to dress. I used to hate how he used to dress. I used to be like, oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. Like it wasn't that bad. He was just very street and rugged, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna get this nigga out of this
Yo,
real quick. But this is what you do. This is what you do. You start like buying them certain things. You know, I'm like, you know, I worked in retail for so long, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put him in this. He come into the store, oh babe, they got this, put this on. You know, it's just an easy way for me to mold it. And at that point, he likes how he looks, he likes how he feels, and he gonna run with that. Once I started working in like suiting, oh, he wanted a suit. I had him in like a sports jacket, aka a blazer, some jeans. Like he just knew how to carry it at that point because I'm the one that's kind of like putting it in his face, and then he can see it. It's all about putting it in that person's face.
You're a molder.
What if he had a
change your
style?
life.
So that is
What if he
molding.
had a style that he didn't want to like change though? Like what if he had like that's his style?
He's not. You know why? Because if he sees that I like that, they're gonna want to do it for you. If you got a man that loves you.
No, but I can understand what you're trying to say, Monica, because what's crazy is me and my girl been together now for 6+ years. And there was a time period 3 years before we got together that we was talking or whatever like that. And she told me now the reason why the thing she couldn't get past is she didn't like the way I dressed. And the craziest part with me is I have really no preference on dressing.
Yeah.
So it never mattered from the very beginning. Literally, even back then, if she was like, I don't like that you wear them type of boots, or because I
would've
don't-
changed.
I didn't even care. I literally, to this day, I'll let GB dress me. I'll be like, yo, GB goes in the store, just grab me shit. I'll tell Wally, but see the difference with Wally is Wally will try to go to the store and make you wear some sneakers I never heard of.
Right.
I'm not wearing no golden goose sneakers that look like
He
a pair.
really's on these golden gooses.
them
I
shits
showed
look like,
him them.
Them
and
shits
he
look
was
like a pair of Air
absolutely not.
Ones. That shit look like a regular pair of Air Ones
But
for
did.
$800.
We
Like
only
triple the
know.
price.
We only know triple fat gooses.
Yeah.
We
do
love
know
a good
that.
triple.
Nah.
But her but for her, she loved you the way she was, so that she could look past. She wasn't really tripping trying to mold it. But I'm pretty sure there's something where she kind of helped change you a little bit. Do you
Listen.
know what that? Hold on. Do you know what that
She
is?
said-
Oh, she
Do
hit
you
you with
know?
the
Hold on.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what the one thing it is that she supported in your development in?
I don't.
Nah.
don't.
Come on, Dev.
I don't.
There's nothing. You're telling me is nothing that you
don't.
can think of right now that
What you wear in DR? What you wear in DR?
Well, no, it's not even about clothes. I'm saying anything. Anything that you've never done before that you're doing now because of Veronica.
I don't know. What is it?
He don't want to
I'm not-
answer wrong because he's
I'm
gonna
not-
get
He said,
fucked
tell
up.
me the
So he
answer.
rather
Tell
cop the
me.
fifth.
I don't know.
No, I really don't know. I don't know, but I do feel. But go ahead, Porter. I want you to give you a spill on it before I go into.
I was just gonna say that when
How I
Dev,
leverage you up?
when Dev worked, I definitely learned plenty of shit from Wiley. You know,
Like,
but
nah, I
then
leverage
there's
you.
certain little stuff that might be her style that I might be like, I mean, but for the most part, her shit phenomenal, and she's put me onto a bunch of shit. But as far as this topic go, it's not just really about even like for a person who prefers to build his joint versus a person who prefer a joint who just already there. You're already what I'm looking for. I'm looking for what I'm looking for, and that's it. I'm not trying to teach you how to be it or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got those type out there. But I don't even want it to, because this remind me, I think I thought about this topic from one of my favorite movies, right? And one of my favorite scenes. And I think it's, if I ain't mistaken, I think it's American Gangster, right? Shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Denzel, phenomenal film.
He said, "Shout to Jay."
Yeah, because the
Everybody
soundtrack
know
is
movie.
phenomenal too.
Oh, the
Everybody know
soundtrack, yeah.
Jay-Z is
Yeah,
like,
we're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
but he
My
wasn't in
guy.
the
Go
movie,
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
he made the movie. He helped make it too. He had the album.
Or go ahead. Go ahead.
Shout out to Jay.
Go ahead.
He made the movie.
But
Oh wow, this is hilarious.
back. No disrespect to Denzel. Denzel made the movie.
No, but go ahead. Go ahead.
But that movie had a special scene that just stuck out to me, right? And it was when, because we all know moms know best, right? And it was when his mom told the girl, like, yo, my son likes projects. He likes things that he has to like, kind of like fix and put together. And she was referring to kind of like, probably that he was that type of man, period. But when it came to him and her, she was trying to tell her, like, you got a bunch of little, you got shit with you. And my son see the potential in you. and he's trying to help you kind of like get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for a long time, like for me, the reason why that scene stuck to me and like stayed with me for so long is because
You like projects.
that's like me for a long time.
I'm keeping it 100 because I've told Richie. Me and Richie had a real serious conversation.
It's just, it ain't even that I like projects. I think for me, unknowingly and unmindfully, because me, I come from a lot of shit. I got hella flaws, right? I come from a lot of fucked up shit that I had to recorrect, that I had to relearn. So when it came to like women that I would date and women that I would talk to, I never like excluded women who had certain shit with them,
Right.
Or came from certain shit and dealt with some other shit and had certain problems. I would be like, I came up out of my shit. She could come up out of that.
I got you.
I could learn. I relearned
You fell in love with potential.
all
You
the
fell for
time. No,
potential.
all the time,
That
all
makes
the
sense.
time. You know, so I don't want to say that it's just like the guy who's trying to build a joint, but it'd be like other guys out there who more or less kind of like just be patient and see potential, like Monica said.
It's like they fall in love with the idea of you and not who you are at that moment. Like the idea of who
No,
you
Porta
can
gives
be.
them the benefit.
No,
of
that's
that
an
idea.
absolute great kind of like
But-
point. You do fall in love with what you think you can help make them and what
Or
they can
what
be
you
in-
think it will
in the
lead
final
into.
goal.
But I also want to be fair because that's a good point. I do think that some people would, like what Sin just said, fall in love with. I think that's more of the extreme of it.
Yeah.
But they fall in love with the potential. I'm saying a person can be in love with the person the way they are, fucked up, but still think they could make them something else. So it's not like they're just in love with this false version of them. It's
Right.
like no,
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, no.
I actually love.
It's like being
Oh, no, that's
being
a-
graceful
that-
because of what you went through, and you want to give them the benefit
and
of
I'm
the
glad
doubt.
you said that, Dev, and made that very clear because that's a fact. I loved them the way they were.
Yep.
I loved them the way they were. You were beautiful the way you were when I was with you. Amazing.
But
And it's
sometimes
like
that.
this elevation would put like the
it was still hype to go.
And it's because too, if you love somebody like that, you can see the things like I know that there's better things that you can
Yeah.
unlock about yourself. It's the way you feel about your kids. If my son isn't finding his passions, it's not that I'm just projecting all the shit on him. It's that I'm like, I want something great for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love you how you are, but I want these great things for you. And but before I say what I'm gonna say, do you ever do that? Do you ever try to mold, or do you pretty much let a person evolve at their own pace?
I feel like I let a person evolve at their own pace, but I kind of like mold at the same time. Like I'm not going to completely take over what you got going on, but if this is the route you're going, I'm going to try to help mold you in the route you're going, but in my perspective of it, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like Andrew does what Andrew does, like, you know what I mean? And he's great at what he does, but I want him to do what he does my way, if that makes sense.
I mean, it sounds like a woman.
If that makes sense.
It sounds like a woman.
And he knows it too. He doesn't fall for it. Like he still does what he does, and it doesn't make me love him any less. But you know, it's still that effort inside of me that's like, but you could do it like this, even though this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Because women do like to have you jump through hoops or whatever, or like, you know, like we said before on here, if you say to your girl, I love you all the time, but then they're going to take it another step. Why do you love me?
I honestly feel like it can be like a gift and a curse at the same time too, because you know you got a lot of people out there that believe that certain people can bring the best out of you, right? We're gonna bring the best out of each other. It's like the song with Neil, right? We're a force when we together, right? All this amazing shit, right?
Yeah.
And I believe in that. But at the same time, loyalty can also be taken advantage of, and loyalty can sometimes be slavery. You know, so you got to worry about those situations where you can feel like you trying to make somebody better, hoping they get better, and they know that you feel that way. They know you feel that they have the potential and that you're willing to wait and you're patient and you're dealing with some shit. And people run that in the hole.
Yeah.
That's what makes it a curse. Because people run that in the hole like, yo, he ain't going nowhere. He's waiting for the big change.
Nah, yo, that's
And
a real one right there.
I only listen. I only speak from experience.
That's when it gets evil, though, when you know that person is like, it's when you know. if you're doing it by accident, like, you know, you don't know that they're hoping for something else, but
It's like,
for the
yo,
most part,
this bitch think I'm gonna get a job one day. Ha ha, I'm not. You know, that's a crazy thing for a nigga
That's
to do.
manipulation.
And, but the whole time, the nigga like, nah, I was looking yesterday, and I'm gonna look tomorrow, and you know, it's like just, you know,
that's
that be
real.
that be the bullshit. They be the games, and you know, just the games we play that we gotta worry about.
I ain't gonna front though. With me, I'm a molder, yo. Listen, I'm a molder. I don't let people go at their same pace. And you know what it probably depends on? Because I think about different relationships. It might depend on the age. My girl now is younger than me. My girl before her was the same age. I feel like when we were the same age, she was doing most of the molding. Right. She was like, she was trying to tell me, do this, do that, do this. She was actually more established even and all stuff like that. So in my situation now with my girl being younger than me, and that 7 years does play a part, I do find myself molding, because now you got the wisdom of a person that, for one, I got a good head on my shoulders, period, point blank. That's just true.
For sure.
But then on top of that, I got 7 extra years of wisdom. So whether it's a business thing, how to handle people, I'm good in handling people and understanding everybody's perspectives and stuff like that. Where my girl, way more
That's how I am. That's how I mold. I'm like, you're great doing that, but let me help you in that aspect. That's how I'll mold.
I can fuck with that, and I agree with it, because I never gave, like, I can kind of like, you know, feel like I somewhat tried to mold certain joints. Even like when my joint, I had, you know, my baby mom, my first baby mom was older than me. I was younger than her. And to this day, I love her to death. Shout to her. To this day, she'll always say, like, Rich, you gave me amazing information. Like, you gave me the best information. Like, I'll always honor you. And she tells me that. She gives me my flowers now, and I love her for it. She be like, you gave me amazing information that I took and ran with, you know, and she's just doing amazing, great in her life right now, in a good space in her life, just peaceful, getting her money, doing what she do, you know. And it's just, for me, I feel like Dev said, if somebody got a good head on their shoulders, bro, and you know somebody got a good head on their shoulders, you know they mean well for you, you know, and like people trying to just lead you in the right way, in a good direction, you know what I mean? And if you felt like, let's say, you know, you could do the math to yourself and how good you have been at kind of like leading yourself, and not saying that people can't lead themselves and guide themselves nowhere, because you can. But if there's another leader around that can say, hey, we can go this way, I know about this way, and we're all going to be.
Are we saying like mold them into what we want them to be, or mold them into the person they want them to be?
No, just
hold on. I think that's a fair question.
Right, I do. I was going to answer it and just say, no, mold them into the best version of them.
Yeah, but that but the reason why that's a good question is the best version of them to you
might not be the same thing for them.
So for me, I am molding you partially. Like, I want to be 100% transparent. I am also molding you into the person that I want. Right. Because that's my opinion of what I think the best version of you is. So what I'm not saying is so that, because this is just a show where we bare our souls and just tell what we really think about stuff. And there's always going to be people that hate what you say. Oh, fuck that. That's misogynistic. Fact. I'm not saying that if you're a man, you got your girlfriend and you telling her, go get plastic surgery. Go get an ass. We not talking about no shit like that. You don't mold nobody by telling them go get surgery, go do this, go do that, or something like that. Now, if you a dude, you healthy, your girl unhealthy, and you telling her, come work out with me, do this. That's a difference between telling somebody they got to go underneath the knife or whatever the case may be. You trying to motivate them to get themselves in better, shape, things like that. If you do business and you're trying to tell them, this is what you're going to do to be able to maximize your business. You're not looking at this, or the way that you're forging relationships or not forging relationships is going to stop your business. I want to show you how you could build relationships with people that'll make your business flourish. Those are good things. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it actually makes sense for you to say, right? Because when two people come together, and if y'all plan on being together forever, and y'all plan, it's really supposed to be one. Y'all supposed to be one. So I think it makes sense kind of like for you to say that, yes, I'm molding her to be, one, the best version of herself, period. And yes, the best version of her that I would want. And that's for me as well, because y'all both supposed to be one.
Even if it comes down to something like, obviously we've talked about even things that are sexual in nature. If I'm not telling my girl something that I like or dislike, how can I fault her for not delivering those things?
And let's do the math to how much, and it's just me, us just being honest about real life and even our life included. But let's be honest about how much you focus and you emphasize on being the right partner for her with all the stuff that you like. I can't do that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't deal with that because you want to be the perfect person for her that she wants.
To be honest, though, I feel like we all subconsciously like try to mold our partners. Like we're both trying to mold at the same time. Like I don't feel like it's one person trying to mold one and the other one's just like, you know, holding your hand and following you blindly. I think it makes sense.
I think it's terrible when I've seen relationships where only one person is trying to mold. That's actually so I've seen relationships where the man was trying to mold the woman's not trying to mold him or herself. She's just lackadaisical about everything. Don't want no progression in life. Don't care whether they live in a cardboard box or a mansion. Just drifting through life like it don't matter. And that's sadder to see a person trying to chisel themselves up in every way, right? In every way, mentally, physically, business, job, whatever, career, trying to do that and working on this. And this person is like, don't even care. It's like going and cleaning up your kid's room and they just keep junking it up over and over again. They're not trying to keep maintaining it. So I will say that I definitely am a person that molds, and I know that probably with my girl, it could get on people's nerves. It could get on her nerves.
It could. It definitely could.
But the information, even when they fight it, you'll find out the information seems like it's going in one ear and out the other, and maybe some of it is.
But we taking some of it in. And we might not say it in that moment. Like we might be defensive in the moment, like, oh, I'm not trying to hear that or something. But ultimately,
later when you're reflecting,
you're like, damn, like what he was saying was right. But what I wanted to say too was, I feel like also when it comes to molding and doing those type of things, I think sometimes we tend to rely on each other's strengths. Like if I know, like, all right, for example, for me, like if somebody would come into my space in my world, like, you know, I have my own space, I have my way of doing things. If somebody comes into that and they see like, okay, she makes the bed every morning, she does this, you start seeing if that person's staying with you, not saying living with you, but just staying with you, they might be like, you know what, let me make the bed for her. Let me do this. Let you start to see them doing things that you do. And it's not necessarily you're trying to mold them to do those things. I think people...
Like, you feel like
they're like,
you do this all the time, and I don't want you to rub this in my face saying, hey, I always do this, so you want to kind of start to chip in a little bit.
Or they might admire.
No, I think it's like kids watching their parents. Like, it's an influence.
But just, you know what? That's crazy when you say that, like, people will start leaning on each other because it's a good point that it can make you not do certain things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh,
you're going to do it.
She got the bed.
Like me with the litter box in the trash.
Look, shots. Hold on, I'm going to send a shot at myself because for years I cooked for myself. Mm-hmm. Since me and my girl have lived together and everything like that, I have not touched a pot or pan unless it was to wash dishes.
So hold on, dude, are you proud about that, or are you like?
He's calling himself out.
But do you feel like you need to step up in the cooking department?
He's not saying he's going to. He's just saying it's wrong.
Because you kind of like said that like you were like
but what I'm saying is,
did, right?
About these free meals.
What happened was, now let's say my girl's cooking skills was lower or equal to mine.
Right.
Then you might find me in that kitchen.
Yeah.
But me knowing that my skill level is not the same as hers.
I'm about to stop being the best at shit.
Because she cooks so good that for me to go in there, I'm going to get critiqued anyway.
You're going to slap together something, she going to call me mediocre.
Hey, just real quick, what was the most difficult meal that Devinwade can make?
No, I used to make real meals like seafood, lobster, everything, like steak and lobster.
You make rice? You cook rice?
Yeah, I would do all that shit.
The
bro.
rice is hard. That's why I think he asked that. That's really hard to make.
I would make all kind of shit and even do that shit kind of like to impress women and shit like that. Like
I see you making ramen noodles. That's what
I'm looking at this nigga trying to think if he's flowing because I know you could draw like a motherfucker. I'm trying to think if the nigga can make some rice.
You would have to scroll far back on my IG. But I used to like take pictures of the plates that I was making and shit like that. Yeah, it was an unlocked power because what happened was I never cooked and never knew how to.
You owe her dinner tomorrow.
You know, I never cooked.
Do you measure like with seasonings and shit like that? Are you a measuring guy?
What is it called? You eyeball it.
Yeah, I wasn't fully measuring it, but what I did was I never cooked, and this is probably 2010 or something when I finally was like, I'm gonna learn how to cook. And it was because I spent so much bread eating out that finally I went and was like, I want to learn this. And I thought I was rich afterwards. You feel what I'm saying? And the reason why it's funny that I was eating shit like steak and lobster every day was because the price that it cost to buy that stuff and cook it yourself was the money that basically equal to when I was like ordering out and cheesesteaks and shit.
But when you do it at home, you actually get more. You get like for like 3-4 days worth.
It was wild to me, you know, the first time that I went to a grocery store and bought like chicken breast all in a joint, and it was like, so you telling me is 8 chicken breasts in here and all it cost was $12 or whatever?
$10.47.
Yeah, it was like mind blowing once I could cook it. And it was good, but it was crazy because I used to have my mom try to like show me how to cook when I was younger. Well, basically, I would want to cook something, and I would want something cooked, and my mom would say, "Make it yourself." But then stand over my motherfucking shoulder the whole time critiquing everything I'm doing.
That's me with my siblings and everything.
I asked
turn that fire down.
I asked you, did you measure, right? Because to me, and I know to a lot of the listeners, especially in the chat, Dev is a very intelligent brother. Like he said, he got a great head on his shoulders. And I know Dev, just from doing this with 2 years with the nigga, he's very punctual. He's very like how things need to be, has to be. So I just feel like when it came to cooking, he would have been like, no, it's a gram of paprika. It's 1.5 of the oregano. And if you put over that, it's like, you fucked it up.
You said paprika?
Dad would have looked at you like, Dad would have looked at you like, you just messed up the whole meal.
No, OGs don't measure. You just flake it, cover the top, it look about right, you fry it, you know it's going.
Yeah. And before that, the only thing I knew how to like, I can't even call it.
Man, I'm hungry. Stop talking about food.
I could say prepare, not cook, but to me, prepare was like crabs because that was the only food that I loved so much that even when I was young, I was like, I want to know how to make that. I don't want to know how to make nothing else, but I need to know how to put that beer in there, that butter, you know what I'm saying? Them scallions.
Did you ever, you got it?
Oh, I got that young. Before I knew how to cook, that was the only thing I knew how to make.
So we got to do that before the summer's over.
So you can do a mean bushel of crabs.
Dinner at Jeff's house.
Nice.
Woo!
I'm nice.
Oh,
shout out to Brittany though, my homie Pop's wife. She did beat me in a crab off that we had at the crib, but she did pick up one of my tactics of I have a way of where I poke holes in the crabs to make the juice go inside of the Jones.
And she stole my as you ain't poking holes in condoms, we don't care about poking holes.
No, it wasn't nothing like that. But I don't do that part. So that's something that I could but won't pick up, babe. You still got that and you holding it down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're gonna do a Dev day. Dev got the Connie. Dev gonna chef it up one day. Everybody gonna lay back and just chill. We're gonna see what this.
I'm
nigga
allergic
doing.
to seafood though, so.
Damn, that sucks for you, Monica.
Yeah, every time Monica eats seafood, we say that she got beat up. Cause matter of fact, I don't think that she ate seafood. What you did? You put your lips on a dude that.
What? You put your lips
you put your mouth
on my mouth on the shrimp.
You put my.
She went to go give a nigga John and found a crab. So,
Something happened, had her looking like Buster Douglas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson shit. But check this out, y'all. We're going to get into something else, man. And I want to get everybody's opinion on this. Who handles, really think about it, because people going to say to jump off and say something. Who handles rejection worse? Men or women?
Oh, absolutely men.
Yeah, absolutely, just like that.
I feel like externally
It's
men
too
do
easy.
initially,
But-
but internally
internally
women
we
do.
do.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I just want to say men, right? And I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
I was actually going to go there and say
Yeah.
that we do, and it's a good and a bad thing, right? And the reason why I say
You
that
show
is
your
because
cards all up front.
we just raw honest. Sometimes it's hard for us not to be raw honest. That's what you getting from, and even though it's childish, some niggas may take a childish way, right? I think niggas be bitter. I just don't like the bitter niggas, right? When
I
you
don't
start-
think it's bitter. I think y'all are more. I think y'all are more reactive.
Nah, I think
rather than just listen.
That is
to
bitter
me.
though, Wally.
But
It
that's
is
bitter
bitter, but
though
it's
when
just
you
like-
turn them down and they start calling
But
you
you're-
bitches.
But the thing is,
That's
I mean,
bitter.
if
but
you a
in all-
bad bitch and you turn me down, I might get mad.
Right, but listen, but mentally,
get mad.
it's a reactive thing. Naturally, regardless if it was an ugly bitch, a beautiful chick, or whatever, you're gonna react negatively.
Yo, hold on.
Yo, listen.
Hold on, can we pause?
wait, she just made that up.
Can we pause on that?
What?
You said whether it's
Listen,
ugly bitch.
my
I don't
nigga,
know
my
about
nigga
that.
G visuals eyes over there. It was just funny how
I'm just
hearing Wally say whether it's an ugly bitch. Hearing Wally say ugly
No,
bitch.
but my
is
thing
crazy.
is, but my thing
He ain't
is,
seen
oh,
that side
is
of Wally G.
crazy.
She's
Sorry,
very
G,
ratchet.
sorry, G. That
She
ain't
can be
really
ratchet,
me.
bro.
That ain't really me, G. But what I'm saying is that like I think it's just a react. You gonna natural react to it. Could be any type of rejection. Y'all gonna react. For us, we're not reactive. I'm not gonna say all of us. We're not always reactive. We internalize all of that, and then we go home and we be like, "That nigga was corny as hell." Anyway, so we do what y'all do, right?
Oh.
It just
We're
takes a little
delayed.
time.
It's
We're
delayed.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't gonna
That's
hold
bad.
you.
We're like slow.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
We're not
like.
slow.
Yo, listen. I ain't
We
gonna hold
marinate
you.
on it.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Me personally, I kind of like learned to love rejection. Maybe when I was young,
You don't give me that.
I no bullshit. I've learned to now in my mature days, Monica. Before I probably didn't, to be honest. When I was younger, I
Yeah.
probably took it a little bit harder. But now, I kind of like, and the reason why I say that is because I ain't gonna hold you. For me, the type of person I am, and not to say nothing about the girls that reject me, not to say like I want to try to like get revenge on you or anything. But for real, it fuels me. I use it as fuel. Like, cause I've pushed up on girls. I've asked girls out. I've talked to certain. I told you all about the time with Jim. I'm still looking for Jim, right? I told her let's go there. I'm ready to go there. She was like, "Nah, we ain't."
Look,
going
he's sending another SOS Jim if you out there. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. But and it ain't. Jim's not the only woman who rejected me.
But it's not
Other
about
women
how.
rejected me, and I just feel like I didn't get mad at them. I just used it kind of like as fuel for myself to say, you know, Rich, just keep going. Just keep making yourself better.
I do.
That's
I
all.
actually know.
Am I wrong for that? To say make myself better?
No,
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
But what I think what you're talking about is something that I was doing as well. And what I think women, that's actually more of something women do. Women get in that bag of, I'm going to prove that I can get this nigga.
Yep.
Women will go into an extra aggressive,
Right.
sometimes manipulative bag
And it ain't
of
even
figuring out how to get a
sometimes-
nigga.
And guess what? Sometimes it ain't to get you. Sometimes it's to say, nigga, this what you passed up on.
Yes.
Sometimes it ain't to get you. Sometimes it's just to show a nigga like, yeah, nigga.
No, I told you.
This what you passed up on.
No, that's a fact. That's
I
real.
told you that happened
Dev,
to
are
me.
you
with-
talking
It's
about
like
like
revenge.
manipulative ways, like you're kind of like figuring him out or like figuring out what his ex didn't do and then like catering to what she didn't do to get him? Are you talking about like that way?
I'm talking about a dude. You hollered at a dude. He kind of shut it down or kind of was like, you know, you the homie. It don't even got to be an all the way shutdown. You bad, but you the homie, man. We gonna da-da-da-da. So then you do shit like start talking to his nigga.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's very, because the thing is, he put you in. We homies. We kick y'all.
He
kick it-
friend-zoned you,
y'all
so you
kick
can
it
be
all the
with
time.
anybody.
Y'all play basketball together sometimes. You hollered at him.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you gave me some bullshit. Yo, yeah, she was about to drug me. That was her. Look, that's her drug
yours.
drink. That was her drug drink. Look, that was her drug
It's her
drink.
first day as an
Look,
assassin.
It's the shit she
No, but-
gave me. She took it from Dev and brought it to me. Oh my God, I'm scared.
Yeah, she's about to
From
drug
now
me.
on,
But Dad, hold
I'm perky porter. She put the perky
But
juice
Dad,
in.
you do have a point. I know what you're saying because you're basically saying it for women. It kind of like builds this like machine up, and it's like, nah, you know what? I'm about to go hard. I might, and it might not be a crazy letdown. It might be something like, you the homie, whatever.
Right,
but if a woman, we'll have a situation where we're like, we want to go hard, we're gonna look good, we're gonna do whatever. But if a woman goes and tries to holler at the homie's homie, I think that's a little crazy.
Because now you ruined your chances of ever getting what you originally wanted. Because now he's looking at you side eye.
You know what? It depends. So the thing is, it depends on if the woman already felt like it's over. He told me I don't got a shot. So what they're trying to do is women are space invaders. They want to be in the space so that you can still see them. So you can still see them. Because if our worlds is different, and now that I shut you down, you'll never see me. Yep. So now you come into the fucking bar that I chill at, the place where I play pool. You infiltrate
there all the time.
You infiltrate my friends. Now what's happening is you now getting chummy with my homie, or you might even not. You might flirt a little bit with him. You just do something.
Oh, chummy with my homie?
Oh,
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, does it sound familiar in regards to somebody invading you, wanting to be in your space, like even when you're not together?
Listen, Wally already know a story because she done Porta up.
Boom. She know my life.
No, I definitely know his life. But he had a situation where like he wasn't with the person, but they always was even around your friends, your neighbors, people on your block. And just kind of like, what did you call it? Space what?
That's on purpose. Space invaders.
For sure.
Yeah. No. She absolutely correct. And it definitely was a high fashion. It was a high power issue because it's like this is the original space where like I'm from, right, and where I come from, and it's like I bring you here. Mm-hmm. I brung you here. Mm-hmm. I gave you the pass, right? Mm-hmm. So now. When my people accept you and embrace you, and don't get me wrong, some of them may be a little shady too, little got fucked up ways too. I know, I dealt with them way before you for years. So
she's using the past without you.
I know. Nah, it ain't even about that. It's like just that you trying to get cute on me.
That's what it is.
And it's highly disrespect because everybody that you around never tried to get cute on me. They know they can't get cute on me. So for you to do it, it's like just an ultimate violation because you almost making people feel it's like the closest person to me is taking a shot at me.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody else say, well, if this person could shoot at him, why haven't we been, it's just weird, and you gotta be respectful. I always felt like, to be honest, when you with somebody to a certain extent, like certain friends and certain family functions and shit like that is cool, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of shit that we be around and, whether it's male or female, right? That you be around that ain't really like family shit. You might just be breezing through. It might just be like people you dealt with on business, right? On business, it's a business thing where you wouldn't feel comfortable with your significant other really like being around.
Hold on, but so you talk. Hold on, so you must be talking about a different type. You talking about an ex-girlfriend that's still invading space because now y'all done.
No.
No.
I'm talking about even if you have like a girlfriend, right? And let's say like
but that's what I'm saying. That's a girlfriend,
but not an ex. Current, y'all still together.
Okay.
I'm just saying, even if you got somebody like y'all still together, right? And let's say certain family functions and shit like that for you that you've kind of like already let her know this family. This cool, this a go. Then there's other situations and places that you be around for other reasons, business, whatever, just chopping it up. And you like, this ain't a go for you.
Yo, what? Know what? I 100% know what you're talking about. So that jewel that you just got from Porta is a little bit different. No, but it's a little bit different.
I gave the ball.
But yeah, because
I'm not Dev.
But what I'm saying is, it's different than what we're talking about. We're talking about a girl that's your homie, or vice versa, and you try to. The girl's like, "Yo, I like you. What's good? Can we take this to something romantic?" And then you say no. And they finding ways to try to make you jealous, basically.
Can I ask you something? So what about if it's a scenario where like y'all intimate, y'all end up having sex, right?
That's your homie though.
But that's your homie, right? But then at that point after that, she asks is like, yo, like, but then you reject her at that point.
That still counts as a rejection.
Right? then now she starts to input herself more and more. Like she used to come around, but now she really coming around.
I feel like she would do that because she feels more entitled because y'all already had crossed that boundary. So now she has that sense of entitlement to where she is going to barge in and
I don't want to be where I'm not wanted. No. I don't want to be where...
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Monica, you are...
She's going to the funeral.
No, first off, Monica is Toxiana. Hold on, look. Monica is Toxiana. And I'm telling you right now, this is something Monica will 100% do because this is the thing. This is what women do. They want to be there so they can make sure that everybody know they do things that make everybody know, I fucked this nigga.
Back up.
I fucked this nigga.
That's mine.
I want everybody to know because that little bit of information can stop you from getting with chick A, B, C, other people that's around because they getting friendly with the other girls and letting them know, like, oh yeah, me and Porter, that's my nigga, but yeah, we fucked before. Now they like, oh well, I was looking at Porter. They thinking they was about to fuck Porter. Now they can't fuck Porter no more. But that's what happens every time.
You ever see the home like, oh, but
that's embarrassing.
But you ever hear a situation like, oh, such and such told me like y'all was. Y'all had some good.
It's not embarrassing until the dude throws you under the bus to these other females, and now these females are looking at her like, oh, well, she was at the function saying that, like.
But females should know females at this point. Bitches be saying shit just to make you mad. So
no, but sometimes you gotta be mindful because niggas be lying too.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like those. So
that's why you gotta.
She's mad because
That's why you gotta bring it to the guy and be like, yo, like such and such told me like y'all had something going on. Like, what's up?
But even let's say
they downplay it too.
But let's say she was truthful. Let's say she told 100% truth. She comes into your little world. She around your block now.
Yeah, he would be less attractive.
Listen, the little block now. She's becoming friends with the people that's your friends around a certain girls, and she like, oh yeah, I used to fuck with Porter, Dev, whoever, but he ain't want to take it there, so we just back to cool now. Even that, just letting them know that information makes it feel like much. Now they don't want to.
Yeah, because he has some type of involvement with her. I don't want no parts. Yes. It kind of like deters the other female to be like, she. And then if she's not like a dope chick or anything like that, that'll really discourage you. You might have had a drunk night and hit that.
Her?
You be like, nah.
Because now you categorize him and you put him in this category.
You like, this what you hit?
Yo, all that shit, like, for real, all that talking, y'all gotta kill all that talking. All that, even when y'all not, especially when y'all, like, not together. But for real, both times. Because even when you are together, why are you talking about that with other people?
No, it's because what we said, and we're talking about who takes rejection worse in the ways that people fire back at rejection. And you got
women. Women.
No, but what you're saying is you got the men who say, fuck you, bitch, you wasn't all that anyway. You know what I mean? You just had a fat ass. You got them.
They have their fuse right away.
So you got them. Then we just found out
the
from
women
the
are
ladies.
The cock blockers.
So then we find out from the ladies that some of them, what they do is they go home and say it later like, oh, he was something anyway. They do it with a delayed reaction. I wasn't aware of that really.
I actually changed my answer. Women do take it harder because I feel like a guy will blow up in your face and then he'll walk away and really be like, all right, fuck that bitch, I'll get another one. Whereas though a girl, when she has her mind set on a guy and she's rejected and we think about it over and over again. Shit. Yeah, it drives.
We ain't delusional, girl. We're more emotional. We process it different.
Is it harder for y'all, like, if you, like, I'm just going to say if it's Monica. If Monica puts up a picture and it's just crazy amounts of dudes in there, basically professing they love. Somebody called you boobop earlier. What they called you? A stink?
Oh, stink.
A random. No, but this is what I'm saying. Dudes instantly just make this thing like we together.
The Monica, listen, for me, but I still love you, stink.
Listen, the Monica, she had it memorized. That was crazy.
It was her. She sent it to me.
I sent him. I sent my assassin.
So when you got all of these people that adore you and they're just like, you so bad, you this, you that, you that. And then there's a guy that you go and holler at and he don't see you like that, that gotta fuck with a person's mind to be like, hold on, what's going on? Like, all these people are saying this, I go for this.
But you guys do that on purpose. Cause it's what's that called?
Well, they say
no. He might maybe he just like Asian chicks.
They say well, they say, and a lot of people sleep on this, right? And this could go vice versa. But they say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's a fact.
So we got to remember that because, and I think a lot of people, it all depends on what you're looking for. A lot of times, guess what? It's weird. It's so
Sometimes
weird.
you got to be thankful for the rejection too, because like that's God's
have
way of saying you just dodged a bullet.
I'm gonna tell you what.
could
No.
be.
Oh. I done dodged some bullets in my life not on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's true, but nobody wants to hear the one man's trash is another man's treasure when they want to be that man's treasure.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's like, because the women are looking at it like, I don't want to be his treasure though. I'm trying to be his treasure.
Yep.
Why am I his trash? And when people get fixated.
But guess what? It's vice versa though.
No, that's what
because
we're
a lot of
fixated.
these women nowadays, right? Look, let's think about nowadays, right? And I ain't just trying to talk about women, right? Because I never want to sound like I'm just bashing women, but let's talk about the state of the times, the world that we live in, right? A lot of women do prefer to try to be with a wealthier man, right? A man with more money that can do more, that's more stable, right? That they ain't got to worry about versus a nigga who just a manager at Target. We talked about this before,
you gotta worry about.
right? So my thing is, when you choose that, right? The nigga at Target, you actually could be his treasure. The rich nigga, you trying to be his treasure, but you actually end up being his trash.
Yeah, but the thing is,
in a lot of situations.
But let me explain. As bad as this is, some women rather be a rich man's trash than to be a Walmart worker's treasure.
That's deep.
They don't want. They like nigga. I don't want that. I'd rather get certain benefits, certain looks. These.
We don't even have to use money. We can just say it's not my type. Like going for someone that's not your type, I'd rather be.
Right.
Yeah,
no. So you're right. It's really not about that part.
And it's not about rich or poor either. It's also about mentality. I feel like I'm not going with the richer man because he's a richer man. He has a rich man mentality, which means he has aspirations, he has goals, he has all these good things that come with it. Whereas the poor man is okay with being poor, not necessarily okay with it, but he's comfortable. He's comfortable with being poor.
That's a good point. I'm not gonna say comfortable being poor because he's maybe just on that destination.
Yeah, for sure.
But what you're saying is right because somebody said something before. This was years ago, and somebody said if Jay-Z wasn't Jay-Z, then he would never have Beyonce or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Beyonce's Beyonce, and Jay-Z still cheated on Beyonce.
Oh no, but regardless of that, that's not the point. Hold on, wait.
She had to throw that in there.
Hold on. That's not the point.
Ugly niggas cheat too. That's what I said.
Hold on. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is he said Jay-Z wouldn't have Beyonce if he wasn't Jay-Z, the rapper, the famous person is. And my man Joe Cross said, but he is Jay-Z. He made himself Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. You can't say, but if he didn't have the money, nigga, he got the money because he's him. Yeah. He got the money because he's Jay-Z. Mm. His talent is because he's Jay-Z. Everything that he is, that's that thing.
What Beyonce loves.
It's like, that's his spirit, his essence. That's who he is. So it don't even matter. And when he said that, I was in that debate. I was like, Joe Cross bodied that. It's 100% true because he wouldn't be the rich person and all that if he wasn't Jay-Z from the heart.
You were supposed to hit it with Jigga, my nigga Jigga, real quick.
But that was so real to me in the way he put that was kind of like what you said. Yeah. Sometimes that mentality, the smarts, the intelligence, the other things is what made them successful. Mm-hmm. And it's also what made them attractive to women or whoever before they even got that bread. Right. I'm gonna keep it real. I was definitely a nigga that could bag almost anything that I wanted in my mind, anything. Now, if you see me in an up position now, and I will be in a more up position when you see me next year, the year after that, and all of that, even if you go back to the position where I was down, compared, I still had them then. Because it was the same brain, the same person. If a woman lay down with me at night and sit and talk and whatever, I'm the exact same person here.
Hold on,
way before like your relationship days and shit like that, when you was like settled down, like back in your wild days.
I mean, settled down, but before I was settled down.
Did you? Did you ever like pump for like a drawing or something?
What?
Like, did you ever like get like sex or something like that for like one of your talents, one of your skills?
Oh no.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you can't eat that. But because you're not going to have to do that. What happens is this. We talked about before, talent. I was lucky that talent is like one of the most attractive things you can have, especially if you could do multiple things.
Yep.
So if
That's why I'm asking.
yeah, so what I'm saying, but no, but it's not going to be a trade-off. They don't want to draw, and they just want to be with the person that could draw.
Right.
They don't need that. They don't want to draw in.
They're attracted to the talent.
They
not
just
the drawing.
affect that nigga could do
So
that.
but
so
you never
like,
never had a joint that you was popping though, and whatever she knew you could draw and just was like, Dev, can you do a portrait for me? I need a
nigga, my girl now been asking me for drawings for 10 years, and I still ain't drawn her.
Oh my gosh.
We told you to do that for
terrible.
Valentine's Day.
You know how thoughtful that would be?
You want to know what it
She
is?
would love that.
No.
Oh
You want to know what it is? When you draw for a living.
I understand.
No. When you
don't
draw,
want
No,
it's
you
no.
don't understand.
No.
You
I
don't
get it.
No,
understand.
when you draw for a living.
No, I get what you're
No,
saying.
no.
That's
That's what
just
makes
so wrong.
it even more
Can I make it?
thoughtful.
Can I make it clear?
No,
Can I make this clear?
no.
When I sit down at a desk and I draw things that I don't want to draw, that make all these things around us appear, I'm still drawing for her. When I draw something, and then when I draw something,
I get
no,
it.
you don't. No, you don't. You obviously don't get
It's
it.
for a job.
No.
I know he's bringing in the income.
Yeah,
by
but
doing
y'all
that.
don't get it.
no. See,
Let my
people,
man talk.
no, because people always, what people do with stuff is they always take it to money. They're not taking it to the blood, sweat, tears, time, energy that you go into generating the money. So let's say money didn't exist. Let's say just the physical exertion that you did built the house. Then it would be respected more. You wouldn't say, oh, he just got money and bought the house. No, you like, nah, he sat there and did this for hours. You know what it's like to stare at a piece of paper and draw something for 40 hours?
I mean,
Every detail in a human being's face for 40 hours so that you can make other things appear. And when you have that kind of ability, right, you don't punch a clock. See, people go to work, and if you punch a clock somewhere, there's times where you chill. If you look at any drawing, any dot that's on that paper, that artist put it there.
It's almost like
It's just that much more thoughtful, though.
Yeah,
because
it's almost like
that's what I'm
No,
saying.
you're still not hearing it. You hearing
that-
this is
no,
women
I am
here.
hearing
No,
it.
but so this is hold on, real quick, Porta. This is what we talked about earlier.
No, but I just
hold
don't
on.
think that you don't understand. We get where you're coming from and we get your understanding.
No.
But you doing all of that hard work and all that blood, sweat, and tears, I'm sure she's appreciative that you're doing that for her. But at the same time, it's like, damn, he could do all that blood, sweat, and tears for the artwork and to sell it and do whatever he's got to do. But like, if I'm asking for one, why wouldn't he want to do it for me? Because it means that much more to me.
So let me ask you something. Earlier we talked, and I'm so glad because every time we pod, everything comes full fucking circle. And that's why I love this.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Earlier I said something. We talked about molding people and making them love you the way you want and all that type of shit. And I said you could tell your woman you love her, and then they'll be like, I don't like that you say you love me. Tell me. I want you to tell me
All
why
the
you.
details.
They start trying to mold what you do, right? If I told you to work on something for 2 weeks, don't go to work for me, right? You probably wouldn't do that. You're underestimating the amount of work it takes to do something.
But you would feel some type
no,
of way. You would
she's-
feel some type of way if I did that for somebody else, right? If I took
because I'm going. Listen to what we're saying. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
You're not listening. In your mind and in everybody's mind, and I'm glad we're talking about
have
this.
zero free time, though?
From creators.
He doesn't. You got to think about it. He's editing.
How
not
many?
only-
How many shows?
He's-
How many shows y'all get a week?
Babe, and
I mean,
I'm
listen,
saying,
wait,
what you can say, you can say, babe.
This is
Hold on.
very important. This is very
Hold on.
important.
One-
How many shows do y'all get of Devin Wade every week?
Once a week.
No, you don't.
And that's twice.
you
No,
don't.
one from
No,
here.
you
We got
don't.
the Devinwade Show, and do you
No, you
edit
don't.
Jay Nichols?
Hold on. You see Talk Heavy? You see me on Talk
Well, you
Heavy?
said the Devin Wade
No,
Show. You said the
no,
network.
We're Devinwade Network.
No, I said how
that.
much do you get to see of Devin Wade? My exact word.
Oh, you said Devin Wade.
So, right. You see
He said the Devin
you
Show.
see me.
did-
no,
he
I
You
did.
did say that.
You just
It's
said
on
the Devin
camera.
Wade Show. You
Listen,
did.
how many times do you get to see Devin Wade every week?
Twice.
You see me twice every week.
Well, that's when you
Hold
give
on.
her an
Hold
ultimatum.
on. No. Hold on.
Okay.
Every week. And I'm saying this for all men, women, people in relationships or whatever they're doing. Because one issue that I have, and I always tell this with people, is when you have a job that's not a 9 to 5 and you have a creative thing, sometimes people don't respect your thing as a job. They don't respect it. They think that you just got extra time to work on whatever they want to work on, this side random project. I don't care if it's your mom. Oh, can you just do, at the church, we need you to paint a mural on the wall at the church. You do know that I'm a professional and I work crazy hours.
100%.
I produce multiple shows every single week by myself. I'm not, hold on. I'll sit here and be the cameraman, be an audio man sometimes, be the editor, draw the cartoons, all of this shit, design the sneakers, make a sneaker box. You look at what I do in a week and be like, that's one of the most productive human beings I've ever seen in my life.
And I totally think
get
you
it.
are. But
I get it.
You don't think it's possible to respect
no,
it?
but listen to this. When you're laying up in bed with her, rubbing on her butt, chilling, relaxing, hey, babe,
Having sex, making things, making time for the shit you
gotta-
want
no,
to do.
listen, but let me say my piece now.
But hold on, but he doesn't. We gotta play into what he's saying.
No,
He doesn't get that much time
Yo.
to do that with her.
But that's what I'm saying. That's if you really want this, babe, then you're really not gonna have me for the amount of time until I get that done. If you're willing to sacrifice,
It could
that.
take 5 more years to make something with a little bit
You
of time
draw
that you're
one
putting
dot
in,
every
and
day
it would
for
have been
10
fucking
years.
amazing and feel
Nah.
good. And we
What?
still will respect you for what you do.
It could be a stick figure.
Nah,
it could be your,
no, it's
your
not.
chompiest job.
First off,
I would appreciate
It's
it.
the mindset of you do it for other people, and then when if I want it,
It doesn't make
but
it,
I'm
it
saying
doesn't
it's
make
the
it right.
mindset.
I know,
It
but
doesn't make it.
that's the wrong mindset because this is his job.
It doesn't make
It's
it
like-
right. I'm
it's
just
like
saying that's
me-
how she would feel.
Right. It's like me
What?
saying I'm styling this person, but I don't want to style my man. He
Yeah.
asked me to style. But no, I do this for a living. If Quavo or Offset be like, Wally, I need you to, style me, I'm going to get that back. That's my livelihood.
And hold on, and let's make it something harder to say because I understand styling. No, let's say they said stitch all their clothes. What I do is more like making your clothes from scratch. So you're saying to me, because I make all the clothes at the job,
I gotta make
you
yours.
want me to make your clothes. That is crazy. Nigga,
wild.
this is what I spend all my time. I'm at work. When I'm done with that and clientele, I want to...
And spend time with my girl.
I mean,
I think it's different.
I think the best example you gave, bro, just because I'm sitting back just listening to the whole spiel. And don't get me wrong, saying you made some good points as far as what you're saying. But I just feel like what Dev's saying is right.
And I'm not saying Dev's wrong. Like I know Dev works hard. Like I get it. Like I've seen it. I'm here. I
get it. I get it. You're just making another point from a different view.
Yeah,
and a
I'm
different
not
angle.
saying he's wrong.
Everybody want everybody around you. Your mom, your sister.
I just feel
wants
like
drawings.
I just feel like he made a good point when he said the paycheck, right?
Mm-hmm.
The paycheck. If you don't have a partner that's actually just that considerate, right? Because we supposed to be considerate.
Yeah.
Where you actually ask your partner how her day was.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do every day, right?
Yeah.
That's being considerate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have that in a lot of cases, right? It's just people like, oh, he works at a warehouse.
Right.
Right? But he brings home, he's caking. He get good money.
Right.
Right? And I just feel like that versus like kind of like just, I don't want to lose my track of thought where I was like, where
Are you saying to not acknowledge them and still ask for more?
He don't know. He was blowing trees.
No.
hard.
This was a good point that I want to make. I just know it'd be different people like spilling in. Sometimes it'll throw me off. But what I'm saying is, as far as Dev saying that, the paycheck versus the actual work, what I wanted to say is if I didn't come home with a paycheck and if I came home with an actual video, right, of my weeks of what I'm being paid for. Let's say we got paid in our money with a video, right? A visual of what I do. Day in, day out, 5 days a week, right? I think it would definitely be different for a lot of situations.
I'm sure.
Where a lot of women just think my man is a breadwinner, and don't get me wrong, you like that part. You actually adore that part.
Right.
But have you ever taken the moment, and this could go vice versa, because some women be breadwinners. And a lot of men probably just thinking, I'm just with a caked up broad. My broad do good. That's all I know. But have you ever really taken the time out to trying to find out what exactly does your significant other do to make all this good money? What does her day in and day out consist of?
I do.
Have you ever been that considerate? And don't get me wrong, a lot
Me
of us here.
personally, I do.
All right, so let me ask you something. So if your dude was a barber, right? I'm
Yeah.
trying to make this equal. He's a barber. Now, cutting a head only takes how long? How long?
Depends.
An hour?
Depends.
No, but I'm
Say
saying-
hour. Say hour.
Let's
1
say
hour.
let's say an hour, right? So if we compare it to what we do, let's say you said, I need you to cut people's heads for me.
I don't demand it. I would just appreciate
no.
it. Though.
What I'm
That's
saying
the
is, no,
difference.
listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
The only equivalent, because if I draw something for 2 weeks, this is being honest. So if you say, I need you to cut my people's hair for 2 weeks, just cut hair all day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day for the next 10 days for me, for nothing. And he like, that's what I do for a living. I'm not cutting everybody's head all day. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I mean, but then you like, yeah, but you cut hair over there. Yeah, because I cut hair there to make money. And then I bring it home to our
So
house.
if your girlfriend pays you, you'll paint her a picture.
No, that's not
Because I can
That's
ask
a good
Dad
point.
for something right now. He might honestly be like, Wally, I don't have the time. And it's not about...
Porta Rich, keep it 100.
No, he said it to
But
me
he
too.
said his
I asked
time
him.
about to
his
say- I
time
was
is
about-
money.
I was about to say something anyway.
Porta Rich, go ahead. Go ahead, Porta.
Nah, he tell me no all the time. He
Even
tell
if
me-
we're paying.
I ain't gonna hold you. He tell me no all the time. It be a lot of times where in the beginning I used to be like, what does the fuck he mean no? Like, he's my graphic guy. Like, right? But then I had to really like just be human. My man is human, right? It's a bunch of shit we doing, right?
Yep.
Bills gotta get paid.
So-
you know, we have me and Dev be on the phone for like 2 hours sometimes. We're like to get this shit understood.
So-
because I'm a nigga that like to understand.
My man goes
why
to
does-
work. He does his job. He does what he has to do. But I have some friends that know what my man does. And they'll come to me and they'll be like, hey, Sin, can Andrew do this for me? And I'll say, hey, Andrew, do you have time to take on another client to do this? He helped my friends get LLCs. He helped my friends. And
I
they
understand it.
they still pay him, but he does it outside of work for me because I asked.
But once
and I'm
you-
also helping him bring in the income by bringing him my friends.
But you also, so that's different. That's a whole different thing. That's literally different.
But it's still him doing his job while he's not at work.
Does he, so he's at work. That means he's on a clock at a certain point, right?
No, he does this at home.
So what I'm saying is he goes to work
Yeah.
and there's a time where his shift ends.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no time when my shift ends. And that's my whole point. Ain't no time when my shift ends. What I do is I work until the battery is damn near dead. And that's how y'all receive what y'all receive every single week. And I've been like this. I've been like this forever. I was like that with everything. The first podcast that you seen me on and all the rest of them. That's what I do. I am a dedicated person. It takes a long time to draw every face of every person in Philadelphia to put on them new Omi boxes. I put that work in.
Niggas,
But I think the miscommunication. Hold on, bro. I think the miscommunication is if I'm asking like to be considered, because a big thing for me is to be considered, like the small things, the things that you know I would want, in the consideration in general. So I think that it gets lines crossed where you think that you're considering me because you're doing work that pays for X, Y, and Z in the house or whatever, the livelihood.
Yep.
And I'm saying, you're almost. It's like taking
But she's
away.
saying, I don't
of
care
what
about
I
the
want.
No, it's not,
I
because
want
It
the
does.
consideration.
It's like almost
Because-
forcing a love language that isn't mine on me.
I'm gonna tell you how that's so false. And this is crazy. I'm so glad that my girl don't think like this. I'm so glad. Because know what it's like this. When you wanted a house.
Well, she's with you. She knows one another well.
No, wait. Listen to what I'm saying. Now you say no to something. You want a house. You're not getting by. We don't get by. We beyond that. It's things that are wanted and those things are provided.
Right.
If a person says I'm not
materialistically, is that what you're saying?
It doesn't.
Because I would rather have less materialistic shit and more shit.
But that's not necessarily material though.
It's
a
not.
house is like a necessity.
It's not. It could be school.
A house is a necessity.
It could be the school you went to. How did that get paid? It don't matter. You're not thinking about it. What you're thinking about is you're stuck on a no. And now trying to equate everything to the no instead of acknowledging he said yeah 8 times. And once again, I'm glad my girl don't think like that. My girl's gonna ask me for a drawing or something like that, but it's not taking that deep because it's like, no, that nigga delivered on everything.
Well, I never said she took it that deep. I just
I'm
said
not
she would
saying break up with
appreciate
you
it.
either, like, because someone else will draw a picture for him. But
what I'm saying is you're still looking at, you could consider this as like, no, you had to consider everything.
Yep.
Most things that people have, they don't need. If you have a house and you didn't need a pool, but your wife is like, can we get a pool? And we get a pool. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. The pool gets there. And then you don't do something else. It's like, you're not considering me. You considered them when you got the pool, right?
Yeah.
You got all the other shit. Like you can't, this is the thing that we got to talk about when we talking about being grateful, when we talk about what you said, what we was talking about earlier with like molding people and everything like that too, is people saying, yo, I want you to do this exactly this way. You're not going to be able to do everything. Right. Because if a man wanted to do that back, what? It could get crazy for y'all. If we want to hold y'all to those type of the levels of, if a nigga told you, I want you to work out for 6 hours a day, could you do that?
No.
For 2 weeks?
No.
No, you got shit to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just making up anything that a person would do that would be super time consuming, take a lot of energy and everything like that. It's like, yo, it's a lot to do with that. It's not small things. There's small things all the time that you're going to have to do. Helping a person get their LLC is like me drawing somebody a logo.
You know
what I'm saying? And not a work of art. That is a lot. I think people not understanding what it takes to create the shit that I create. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we talking about large scale art that is worth thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
I actually kind of just agree with you again that when it comes to that, again, I think men, and y'all could chime in on it if y'all want for the ladies, but I think men definitely settle more than women. Like men would be like, all right, it's cool. They ain't about nothing. I still love her. I loved her for this. I could deal with it. I think women kind of settle less and be like, nah, he got to rise up to the occasion or I'm getting the fuck out of here. Right. I'm going to go find my Mr. Perfect, the nigga that I'm looking for.
So you want to know in my relationship, the things that I do to me personally, in my relationships, I am a serial worker. I told y'all before. So for my family and things like that, I do the thing like, okay, we're going to go to Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. Now, when I do that, a lot of people are disappointed. And I understand it's my family. I'm going to do what I got to do. But a lot of things stop because they need my hand to do this. Ain't no shows being filmed when I ain't there. Ain't no designs getting made when I ain't there. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on during that week. And that is, for me, that should be accepted as the love language thing when he says, we know how he's dedicated to this work and he's dedicated to the people who also dedicated themselves. Because it's not a one-way thing. And Porta Rich, hold on, I want to be clear. Porta Rich show up every fucking episode for this. Wally shows up every episode. Talk Heavy shows up every episode. It's a group effort. When you step away to go do something, you do think about all the other people that believed in your dreams, your ideas, and your stuff like that. And you feel like sometimes you leaving them, hanging. You know what I'm saying?
And that nigga tell me no all the time. Just so y'all know, it's a real thing. I be telling other people that be hitting me like, yo, no, and this for y'all. This for y'all so y'all see how G we keep it. You heard what Dev said earlier. A couple minutes, he was a poor to tell him because he already knew what I was talking about. I'm trying to get my cover now, Born Rich 2. I need logos for the ITD apparel. He hasn't gotten any of that shit because he can't. It's bills that need to be paid in his life. It's shit we got to do here. It's just priority shit that might trump my shit right now.
And
when it comes to DEVWADE.
And you got to think, it ain't about bills either. It's about opportunities.
Yeah.
I free up my time so that I could jump on. Y'all don't even know the opportunities that I get offered that I just can't even make it there.
But you giving them gems right now, talking about freeing up and making sure you able to free up for an opportunity when it arises and when it occurs.
I say no to so many beyond great things that people would jump for because I got too much to do. So now I've gotten to the point in my life where I went and got help so that now it could free me up to be able to hop on that plane and go holler at the people that's like, Dev, we want you to come out here. Dev, we want you to come out here.
Listen, y'all see I'm not lying when I tell y'all Dev can't get to no logos right now. Because a lot of y'all have asked me, Rich, can Dev do my logo? Rich, can Dev do this?
Not you being the receptionist.
No. I mean, it's all good. Rich should be the receptionist. That's my dog.
Nigga.
My thing is, like, I keep it real with them. I be like, yo, I'm trying to get my shit done by Dev.
He said, get in line, get in the back.
He said he's trying to get his shit done by Dev. Pause.
But in all seriousness, I feel like I'm first in line, right? I've been getting my shit done by Dev for almost a decade now, right? Some time. So it's like, if I can't get it done, what makes you think this is your first time spending money with him in the last 15 years? Like, if I can't get it done, that means it's serious. My man dealing with some shit.
That's
you know
real.
what I mean?
My whole thing is, though, if I was Dev's girl and he told me no, I wouldn't be mad. But I would just appreciate it just that much more, is all I'm saying. I'm out. Let's spin this wheel.
All right, you spin the wheel, man. Appreciate this wheel, y'all.
Appreciate
Because
this
guess what?
ass.
Some of our fans is just like, dog, you ain't go deep enough into their buttholes. They like, yo, G, go, we ain't getting enough.
They wanting to zoom
Yeah.
in. The zoom in. The zoom
Matter of fact-
Time is
matter of
money,
fact,
blood,
yo,
sweat, and tears.
I'm
CashApp up.
gonna be a second cameraman, and I'm gonna let Porta talk our way out of here. Make sure to let them know about everything we got coming
Listen,
up.
man.
Hold on, it ain't time yet, Porta. They gotta spin the wheel. What's wrong with
My
you?
bad. You know, I'm
excited.
attacker. I'm an attacker. It's like, nah.
Go ahead, let's get that wheel.
Look at this one. Scarf. My scarf baby. My scarf baby.
Don't forget.
Yo, listen. It's your boy. Y'all already know what it is. I'm talking from right here. It's the livest show in the nation. The Devinwade Show. With my guy, Devinwade. Me and the baddest fashionista in the world, Wally D. The Nasties, Slim Sin. The thick, big butt mulatto, Monica. Y'all make sure y'all get the Dubai nightclub, Camden, New Jersey. Get your tickets now. Eventbrite. Shout to the whole Hush Money family. We ain't playing no games. Shout to Talk Heavy on Thursdays. We ain't playing no games. We ain't going nowhere. Come outside. Meet us outside, man. It's going down. Make sure y'all throw some money on the Nasty Girl.
Take us out.
Let's go! Shake that big butt then. Take us out with the big butt. Hey! Go the money. Hold on. I've been holding the money. Hold up.
We up out of here, y'all. Peace.
He can talk.